I can't bust out big words. Sorry about that.
I got lost in the story too. Well,
no, let's say I was elated with the compliment. Does that make sense?
It wasn't. I think it wasn't even a compliment. It was a fair score, 9-5. Connor and Ryan are on the stairs. They said, we can't do that. That was another great compliment. Thanks for joining us, Ryan, Connor, also Sammy Pupo, as we get started with Callinan stretching this one out, catching this wave during the break. Flick?
Yeah, this was a nice opener from Ryan. Really loved the type of surfing I've seen from him this year. He had some amazing moments at Sunset earlier on, second stop on the tour, with turns like this, dropping major scores at Sunset. So I think he's on his way to a bloody good score here.
Gosh, his coil up on his backhand, he's been almost maxing out the scale at certain venues when he's got a heavy wall, $50-something thousand, but then a car that came with it.
I will just take a look at this quick wave here from Ryan.
Ryan Callinan throwing up his first turn through the white water, had the 6.5 on the opener. He'll sink on that effort in transition in the pocket there. So the 6.5 will stand as the biggest score we've got so far. Cal finding a backup quickly there, Flick. You're thinking you're going to see rapid fire surfing, and sometimes the pace slows down quite a bit. Here's Connor O'Leary representing Cronulla, representing Japan on tour. Big whip, great connection there. Extended slide, but he ends up losing it.
I love, he will just break down this one more time. This was that big backhand belt from Connor, and you could just see he released the fins there. That front arm really came down onto the front of his board, really to just maximise that fin drift, but sort of overcooked it a little bit. But got to echo what you were saying, Och, he just kind of had to go for it because it was that one bigger, steeper section.
I'd love to see a Talaferrer in there too.
So many great topics to discuss with Mark Occhilupo as we see Sammy Pupo trying to put a little bit of everything into that first turn as he ends up incomplete.
I've got a good feeling about him, and especially you mentioned that Felipe not obviously competing this year. There's a spot open up there in that Final Five conversation.
Great conflict. Big hammer on the backhand of Ryan Callinan. Now a nice, clean little wrap back into the pocket. There's the lip again, and he's able to connect Cal out in front into some clean water, throwing a little bit of water off the top, belting that section, and climbs the finish. We'll start with Ryan's here, Flick.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Ryan's wave was really well surfed too. It was a smaller wave, good timing. But yeah, I think this section here, he allows him to go back up into the lip there, so that was nice. Gets around this section. Wave gets a little bit slower here. Ryan gets the finish on the inside, so good little finish for Ryan. Just a little bit awkward. It's kind of like maybe instead of fitting those two turns in at the end, he should have just waited a little bit longer, waited for that lip to present itself and just go for the one.
Yeah. Kind
of feel like he was just rushing it a little bit. But yeah, back to Connor. If you go to his socials, he posted something the other day. It was pretty hilarious. He went up, I think it was just a couple of surfs ago here at the bowl. He goes up to hit this one section, and I think the caption's Bell's Bowl 1, Connor 0, and the board just absolutely karates him in the face. It looks bad, but I mean, it also looks funny. It's quite funny.
Gosh, he's so committed. I feel like he has a lot of crazy wipeouts when you're least expecting it, when he's just going straight up and vertical. It's Connor's turn. Two good friends, both coached by Richard Dog Marsh. Speaking of Cronulla, as we see another wrap into the pocket. And now blitzing the lip again, well-timed. Stretched out bottom turn to follow. Into the pocket again and throwing down a big hammer, but another fall for Connor on back-to-back waves up. See him now on the wave behind Ryan Zock.
Yeah, so this first turn here, really light on his feet. And I love that because it's an important turn to do on the bowl if it's no lip. It's steep, so you got to climb the whitewash, and that turn there was really spicy. And this one just went flat, so you had to kind of maintain it and then just sort of go extra. So that was maybe going to match Ryan's score there if he made that, but it'll probably be a bit less, I guess, after the fall. And yeah, so probably not as good a score. What do you think, Felicity?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as good. I think maybe just under. Well, I think he was on his way to a really, really good number. Yeah. His timing and pace was perfect. I don't know what happened on that last section. He kind of hit like a little bit of a wobble as he was coming down.
Yeah, well, you thought that he'd really get all of that turn, but I know that section. You try and make up for it on that last turn, like I keep saying. But here we go. Who's this?
Sammy Pupo getting started. His first completion in the matchup with 8:30 to go. Throws down a wrapping cutback. Lays it down again on the open face. Pupo, number 28 in the world, needs a big result here and at Margaret River, so he can avoid getting cut halfway through the season like what happened last year. But looked like he was really trying to force that end section. Now a little bit more flow and connectivity to Connor's start. Another wrap back into the pocket for O'Leary. Now winding up for the oncoming section. He'll tag it and this time stays on his feet.
That was nice. That was really, really well done. And probably the finish he was looking for on that previous wave for sure.
So for them, it's just another free surf. So it's always dangerous for the other competitor.
So true. Back to Connor's start flick. What'd you see there?
Oh, just great timing. And this wave, I feel like it's just good to be on your backhand right now. It's allowing him to sort of pivot in the pocket a little bit tighter. And now that wind's sort of wafting around too, it's kind of giving him that little bit of coping just to go up and hit.
You know, other sportsmen say the same thing, and it's true. Like, you feel it in your bones. Here we go. Ryan leading the heat.
Coming off a big first turn and just a little slingshot wrap into the pocket again. Great transitions between maneuvers for Arcal. And the man from Meriwether Beach still with some room to move. Starting to run after the whitewater again. Little redirect and now looking to find a finishing move. Ryan Callinan winds up and shuts it down. Looking to improve on a 6.5 with 20 seconds to go.
That last section where he kind of just waited for it. As we see Connor.
Connor taking off with 5 seconds on the clock. Trying to protect second. Top two will move to the round of 32. And he's looking back, seeing Sammy not finding a wave, so Connor celebrates, taking the top two spots. Coach loves it. Gabby Bryan, Frederica Moraes. We brought Ryan into the booth in Portugal after he lost in the elimination round, and he said he was still trying to digest that loss. He said that was pretty hard to move on from, so he was probably so happy to get the jersey back on. Couldn't wait for this heat. This could fire him up to go to another finals day.